Hello everyone, welcome to the Stamp Market Studio. It's Amy here today to show you a how-to video that's all about the basics of heat embossing. Let's get started today by just showing you how to create a super simple project using white embossing and some colored cardstock. You're going to get started using a piece of text weight paper with a crease down the center. You'll want a Versamark stamp pad. You'll want an embossing buddy, which has a powder in it. You'll want embossing powder. I use Detail White. There are many good brands available at your local craft store or on Amazon. Next, you'll want a clear acrylic block to fit your stamp images, and you'll need a bone folder. You'll also need to gather 10 of your favorite colors of cardstock in rainbow spectrum and cut them 4 1/4 to 5 1/2. And then we'll start using our favorite sets, Scripty Sentiments, Lovely Labels, and Simply Penned. These are all really fun sets to use for embossing. They have kind of a detailed line, but have enough surface to really make that embossing pop. I'm going to start by making one of the cards in the spectrum. And that I'm going to use the Oh Hello Friend from Scripty Sentiments and place it on the block. Then take your cardstock, and I like to get started by folding my cardstock in half, and I'll explain why in a second. You're going to put a nice crease in that using your bone folder, and then flip that over again to the other side and give it another good crease. This just creates a really nice card. Now, the reason I actually put the score line in it ahead of time is I like to be able to center my image. And if you don't have the score line, you're not going to be able to tell exactly where you will need to put your image. You're going to take that embossing buddy and you're going to rub that powder over the top. And what this does is it creates a surface that doesn't allow the excess embossing powder to stick where you don't want it. So take your Versamark and ink that image up pretty good. And then you're going to just stamp that down, give it some good pressure, and you'll see a tone-on-tone effect appear. And then you're going to go ahead and open your embossing powder, and you're going to sprinkle it over the top of your card. And the great thing is if you do this over a scrap piece of paper with a crease in it, you'll easily be able to clean up after yourself. Now make sure that there's no excess powder on the cardstock around the image, and then you're going to grab your heat gun and go ahead and start directing the heat right on the embossing powder until it starts to change to a bright white, kind of a glossy finish. And you'll know when it's bright to move on to the other area, and then just give it kind of one quick go around to make sure that everything's embossed. And it's as simple as that. And you have beautiful embossed cards. And the white is such a fun detail on color and makes for very simple cards. And then you can go ahead and repeat that using your favorite greetings from your stamp sets on a rainbow spectrum of cardstock. Now that I've shown you the basics of heat embossing, I'm going to share with you how to quickly turn this into a fun gift. Fun stationery set. Who doesn't love to get a bunch of cards, especially in rainbow spectrum? What you'll need to finish this project is our rainbow card cover die, which cuts out in one cut a fun rainbow pattern. You'll need vellum and 7 sheets of your favorite colors of cardstock in the rainbow spectrum. Using your piece of vellum, you're going to stamp the Oh Happy Day from Lovely Labels stamp set. So gather your supplies. You'll need your piece of text weight paper again. You'll want your vellum sheet and your Versamark pad. Okay, using your Versamark, you're going to ink that stamp up really good. Go ahead and give it some firm pressure on the vellum. Now when working with vellum, sometimes it's hard to see if it's actually there. So sprinkle it with the powder, shake off the excess, and then I usually lay my hand or I'll grab a darker piece of cardstock to lay under it to make sure that I'm happy with how the image stamped. And then you're going to grab your embossing tool again, and just add the heat, just like we showed earlier in the video. And this creates such a fun effect on vellum. I love it. Sometimes though, you'll find that you'll have little specks of extra powder that you want to remove, so keep a little brush handy so that you can remove those quickly and easily. And you have a little bit of time when working with embossing powder. Then you're going to go ahead and you're going to fussy cut the greeting, "Oh Happy Day," on the vellum so that you can lay it over the top of your rainbow. Now, one of the tricks to cutting images is you want to move your paper, not the scissors. And what that does is it creates a smoother image. And that's kind of one of the tricks to avoiding those harsh edges. Then you're going to take the plate, the rainbow card cover die, and you're going to sandwich it in your Gemini plates, run that through the machine, and then you're going to do that 7 more times to gather all the pieces necessary to create the card front. Then you're going to take a piece of white 100-pound ultra smooth white cardstock, fold it in half. Then you're going to take a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 white sheet, and you're going to glue all the images that you've cut to create the rainbow card front directly on top of that excess piece. To adhere those pieces, my personal favorite is just a Tombow tape runner. I love how perfect and easily this rainbow cover die goes back together. So it's really a fun way to use up all your scraps left, so you can just do different variations of this rainbow to use up all those excess pieces. Okay, once you have that complete, go ahead and grab your trimmer. I have a Fiskars trimmer, and I'm going to take off 1/8 of an inch off the top and the sides. And what this does is it allows me to create a little white border around my card, which I love the look of. And it helps tie in the white "Oh Happy Day" greeting. And I just add a little bit of adhesive to that vellum. It won't show through. And there you go. And here you have a fun rainbow spectrum, super simple stack of cards to give as a gift. Now, the way to package this up, I take a 120-pound cardstock and cut a 1-inch strip. Gather up some white envelopes and put them with the cards so they have something to give them in. And then you're going to wrap that belly band around the cards and add some adhesive to secure it in place. And then to finish it off, I'm going to take a little bit of white cotton ribbon, which we sell in the shop under the ribbons category, and you're going to just wrap that around the belly band and tie it in a bow. And there you have a fun little gift for so many different occasions.